Welcome back to my channel. I'm not really sure on how I should intro and exit these videos, but we'll get there. Hopefully it's not too loud or too windy, but I'm sitting outside on my terrace and just doing some sewing. So I wanted to talk in this video about why I moved to Portugal and like fears and concerns and things like that, and also the good, the bad and the ugly really. Better to just sit and I'll do some sewing whilst I'm talking, just so that it's not so like at the camera, because you know it's a little bit icky. So why did I move to Portugal? Actually, it was a really rushed decision. I was basically made redundant from my job, which oh my god, was a blessing, because my old job was extremely toxic and not very nice environment, and so now I was able to be free of that basically without having to leave myself, you know. And the redundancy was going through, I basically came out here to see my best friend who lives out here in Portugal. I visit her most years, apart from like COVID times and things. So I knew the area well. I knew I came here on my own, so I was like, no problem, you know. And basically I didn't leave. Like I just came. I was here for a month. I stayed in her house, bless her. Poor things. They probably were like, are you ever gonna leave? And then I made the decision, I'm gonna live here. And then I found accommodation, which I'm in now, which is again like a blessing, like unbelievable really. And like my setup and stuff is so good here. I could not, I mean, I'll show you at some point the house, and yeah, and then I basically just went home for a month. When I say go back home, I went back to the UK for a month, sorted out all my shit, like literally sold everything, sorted out so much stuff, because I had a camper van, so I converted a van and I drove it from Bilbao all the way down into Zara to the Algarve, and yeah, that's where I've been ever since. In between that, obviously not gonna lie, I met a guy, and he was another sort of push that I was like, yeah, I'm gonna be with a Portuguese man. He is like unbelievable and all this stuff. And yeah, he, in some ways, I guess, oh, it's really loud. That was another incentive to move. Otherwise, maybe I wouldn't have done it. So maybe I wouldn't have done it so quickly. But yeah. Anyway, in coming here, that ended within like literally a few days, like no joke, but that's okay, like it was fine, it was meant to be. And yeah, so I've been here for a year and a half now. I was actually mega nervous about the language. So obviously language is like a big thing, you know. Sometimes you can't just go to the shops and just ask for something normal, so I was really nervous about that. I was mega worried about like friends. You know, I've got my best friends at home. They're all in different places, which is fair enough. Oh, I've ruined that. That's annoying. Ah. See, I'm not concentrating on my sewing. I was worried about the language. I was worried about making new friends. And I was also worried about like work and living here. I mean, the salaries compared to the UK is like nothing, you know, it's very low, and a lot of things that are good salaries obviously you need to speak Portuguese, and I don't speak Portuguese. I'm trying and I'm having lessons now, but still not fluent to obviously have a job in that you need to speak Portuguese. Say that something else that's drawn me here is the lifestyle. So obviously cost of living here is way cheaper, like much cheaper. You know, I'll do a video on this. I can live comfortably on a low salary, and you know, that's enjoying myself as well. It's not just like scraping like paycheck to paycheck. So yeah, there's you know, cost of living is much better, but also lifestyle. So I'm quite a slow person in terms of I like my slow coffee mornings. I think we've all done the hard grind of, you know, working really hard. I do also have this sort of entrepreneurial streak in me, which I just, you know, find it hard to just do a 9 to 5. So I always have to be like doing a side hustle or something like that, or doing something. And I found that in the UK I couldn't be creative or be myself in that sense, because I had to work, you know, 9 to 5, which I'm not saying is like, this is reality, you know, people have to work the office hours, that's fine. But then even to make ends meet on my own, I would then have to go and teach like my Pilates or my bar classes in the gyms and things. So then I was closing the laptop and then I was teaching in gyms or studios, and, you know, running around like a headless chicken most of the time. I was tired and exhausted. And then on top of that, then trying to do, you know, like my any sort of creative outlet I have, like, you know, even just sewing and things, you know, I didn't really have the time to do this sort of stuff. And then on top of that is obviously seeing friends, family, and socialising, and then also like dating. Like, what? I do think the men are way worse in the UK, but that's for another video. Yeah, so basically there was a lot of factors that came into it, but I would say that I was most sort of drawn here for the lifestyle. You know, I'm a highlight reel of everything that's all beautiful and wonderful. It is reality. Like, it is actually beautiful and wonderful here. And I finish around 5 p.m. for my job, and then I can go straight to the beach, or, you know, things are open late, so I can go for a coffee with a friend, or I don't tend to drink coffee after a certain time, but you know, go to, it's like cafe culture, so people are up late. There's no deadline. Like, you know, if you want to go to the pub in the UK, it closes at, you know, 11 o'clock, and then it's like out because people want to go home, which is obviously fair enough. I'd say lifestyle is so much more relaxed here, and yeah, just a slow pace of living. And my dream is to have land and potentially build a house or build like a business on the land, but also have like a small holding with obviously lots of dogs, and like my chickens and goats and alpacas and things like that, you know. So I do sound like a crazy loon, but I do believe that building a family in that sort of environment, and after school, like taking my kids to the beach and stuff, is just an ultimate dream. And you don't have the weather in the UK for that, and we're just not set up for that type of lifestyle really, unless it's like a special occasion or like some holidays. So yeah, I think lifestyle was like a massive pull here, and obviously hopefully you'll see that side of it in my videos as we go along. But also, talking of creative outlet, I'm actually and I'll do a video on this, so you can find the video on the channel, in the sewing diaries. I'm actually making a beach umbrella. So each section of the beach umbrella, you know, like the umbrella sections, I've drawn out motifs in each one that, you know, represents the area that I'm in, or the beach, or something, you know, something that I like. And I'm basically beading and sequining all of these sections, and I'm currently on the lime. So this is the lime one. So I've got lime beads along here, and then I'm going to do the sequins in each of their little segments, and then there'll be sort of paler white beads in the center there and the middle. Actually, just let me show you one section that I have completed. Okay, so this is one section that I've already completed. So just envision This is going to have UV fabric at the back, but you've got a palm tree there and flamingo, which is, hopefully you can see, but I've completely beaded that and embroidered some of it, and then obviously some sequins, but hopefully you can see that really nicely. And then watermelon at the bottom there. I don't know if you can see very well. So yeah, once this is done, I think this is going to be like an heirloom, family heirloom, because one, it's taking me hours, like genuinely hours, and two, it feels like really precious and special already. So anyway, that's one section like that, and then this section that I'm currently doing is got a lime on it. You can't see the drawings, but it's got a shell on there as well, with the mother of pearl in there, and then a big sun. So a big sun that's going to be here like this. So yeah, I will keep you updated as I go along, but it takes me a long time, so let's see. Oh, this wasp. I swear this is like my pet wasp, because it literally is the only wasp in this, like where this table is on this terrace, and it doesn't have any friends or family, and it's just on its own. So maybe have a pet wasp as well now, I don't know. And oh my god, now you can see the wasp. Could you see the wasp? That's my pet wasp. He come to say hello. He knew that I was talking about him. You know, lifestyle, cost of living. Ice cold water. There's nothing better. So, like I said, I've been here for about 1.5 years now, and in that time, I just honestly feel like my life is just, I'm just creating the life that I've always wanted, you know. And I think that the only thing I can say to anybody on the fence or thinking about it, or wanting to like rebuild their life or start again, or uproot their whole family, you know, I actually just think like you need to just remember that you're not a tree, and you might have ties and things to an area, or like obligations. A lot of people's dream is to have a different lifestyle, and they're not in this rat race, and they're not just living paycheck to paycheck and like scrambling around and not really spending in that much time with friends and family, because they're constantly having to work. And I do think the UK is struggling. Like now I'm seeing a lot of people struggling in being able to afford things, and food and everything is just so expensive. But like you can't even just, you know, enjoy stuff on like a decent salary. Like you're always like worrying about, you know, going out for a dinner and stuff. It's going to cost a lot of money and things like that. And I just feel that if you have this pull or this dream to try somewhere else, it doesn't mean that you have to be there forever. Like I might not stay here forever. I might find another country that I want to live in, or there might be somewhere else that you know, I might move to a different area of Portugal or something. So, you know, there's always different options. Or I might even move back to the UK. Like, you literally just don't know. It's shocking if I had to move back to the UK. I would say if I move back to the UK, something probably has happened. And yeah, I just think that you should just go for it. Like, research as much as you possibly can. Look into absolutely all your options. Don't just think that where you are is your only option. Like there's a whole world out there, and I know it sounds cliche, but you don't have to be in the little village that you thought you were. Like you can rent your house, you can do, like you can sell your house, you can travel for a year, you can take a sabbatical. If you're single, you can find remote work now. You can work remotely. Like there's so many options and lots of opportunities that allow you to work abroad. Like I work abroad, I work remotely now, and yeah, there's so many options. And I think it's just like, if you have any questions, then ask them, because start the journey by asking questions and like researching and finding out, because honestly, once you start looking into like the lifestyle that you could have or that you dream of, you'll get really excited, and yeah, it will be an adventure for you. But yeah, so I hope that you enjoyed my TED talk. Not that I have much, you know, I don't have much knowledge and experience in, oh, the holiday, where he says that she's got gumph, or gumph, I don't know, I'm gonna have to look that up. But yeah, so I do feel like I've got that confidence to just go for things and just do it. Hence why I've started this bloody YouTube. But so yeah, hopefully I've covered some things there. Like, obviously ask any questions. I don't really know with these videos whether you want me to do talking ones or, you know, being around, out and about. Obviously I'll do a mixture of both. Yeah, it would be nice to sort of in the comments ask what you want to see more of, ask some questions so I can answer them in future videos. But yeah, I hope that covered why I've moved here, like some of my fears and concerns, and each of those things that I've discussed, I'll be talking about them in other videos as well, so like making new friends. Hopefully it helps someone, I don't know. Or if it doesn't help anyone and you're really happy being in your village or wherever you want to live, then that's absolutely fine. But if you're really happy where you are and everything, that's really fine. I just hope that you enjoy these videos. Thank you so much for watching, and like I always say, like, comment and subscribe. Thanks guys.